Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. You are watching Jaravelling, and if you're new here, my name is Jara and I make vlogs about my life here in Japan in general. And so today I'm really excited to announce to you that the application for the 2022 JET Program Philippines for the position Assistant Language Teacher is now open. So yeah, if you want to know more about this program, just keep on watching. Alright, so just a little bit about myself. I am from batch 2019 and I am currently on my third year on the program. I am assigned in Nara Prefecture and I teach at senior high school and elementary school. So today I want to talk to you about what is the JET program, what are the key duties and responsibilities, the eligibility requirements, and if you stay long enough in this video, I would also like to give some application advice for those who are interested to join the program. So yeah, if you see me looking on this side, it's because I have my laptop on. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information. So I hope you don't mind me doing that. So yeah, let's dive right into it. So what is the JET program? So the JET program, or Japan Exchange and Teaching Program, is one of the largest exchange programs in the world. So the main goal of this program is to boost internationalization of Japan, and they do that by hiring professionals to help in foreign language education and international exchange within the local communities. So in fact, in 2019, there are 5,761 participants from 57 countries, including the Philippines. So it is so prestigious that I wouldn't lie to you, it is really difficult to get into this program, but it is worth a try. Okay, so now let's go through the key duties and responsibilities of ALTs in Japan, okay? So assistant language teachers, or ALTs, will work in private or public schools or local boards of education in the prefecture or municipality they will be assigned to. So when you become an ALT in Japan, it's either you're a prefectural ALT or municipal ALT. If you're a municipal ALT, you are more likely to be placed at a junior high school or elementary school. And when you're a prefectural ALT, more likely you are going to teach in a senior high school. Okay, so the ALT's primary task is to assist in classes led by Japanese teachers of English, or JTEs, in the following manners. So assisting in the preparation of teaching materials, planning and supervising extracurricular activities for students such as English club or sports activities, and organizing cultural or international exchange programs. So yeah, although the position title says that you are an assistant language teacher, sometimes you will become the main teacher in the classroom. Okay, and yeah, we have the terms T1 and T2. T1 for teacher 1, or the main teacher, and T2 for, the assistant in the classroom. But I just want to throw it out there, and you will hear this a lot on the program. Every situation is different. So the amount of work that you will do at your school when you get into the program varies from school to school. So, what I do in my school, you might not do it at yours. So yeah, but so far, everything that's listed in the key duties and responsibilities, I think it's true to me. It's true to what I do at my school. Okay, so now let's talk about the eligibility requirements. Okay, so it says here, applicants must be interested in Japan and be willing to deepen their knowledge and appreciation of Japan after their arrival. Be motivated to participate in and initiate international exchange activities in the local community. Make effort to study or continue studying the Japanese language prior to and after arriving in Japan. Be both mentally and physically healthy, be willing and able to adapt to and living and working in Japan, and be determined to responsibly complete the period of participation. So yeah, there should be some level of interest. Okay, so if you want to work in Japan, you should be interested in Japan. It makes it much easier for you to live in a place where there is a different culture and a different language. So that's why it also states that you must be mentally and physically healthy as well, because when you work in another country with a different culture, with a different language, in most cases you will feel lonely, you will feel isolated, you know, sometimes you will also feel homesick. So the program needs people who will not break their contracts. So yeah, so make sure na buo ang loob mo kung mag-apply ka sa JET program, okay? Okay guys, let's continue. Alright, so applicants must hold a bachelor's degree or higher or obtain such qualifications by the designated arrival date. Be a Filipino citizen. Be adept in contemporary standard pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation in English, and possess excellent language ability that can be applied accurately and appropriately. Have the ability to form sentences in a comprehensive and logical manner. So see Note 1. Okay, so in note number 1, an applicant's ability to use the English language accurately and appropriately will be assessed based on the information he or she will provide in the application documents, as well as the results of an in-house English exam. Okay, so the point is you should be able to comfortably express yourself in English. Okay, so it will be seen, it will be evident when you submit your documents, like, you know, the application form and the SOP. So when they read your SOP especially, it, you know, there's no room for grammatical errors. Okay, so yeah, so double check everything before you submit it to the JET program screening committee. Okay, next. So applicants must not have participated on the program since the 2017 JET program year or have participated on the program for more than 5 years in total. So like what I've mentioned earlier, you can only stay in the program for up to 5 years. Okay? So, must not have declined a position on the program after receiving notification of assignment in the previous JET program year, excluding cases where it is accepted that the participant had a valid inevitable reason for withdrawing. Okay, so if you're like a previous JET applicant and then you declined the position after being assigned a prefecture, you can still apply, but you have to have a valid reason. Okay, so next. So applicants must not have lived in Japan for 6 or more years in total since 2010, must have a desire to proactively maintain relations with Japan even after completion of the program. Concerning entry into Japan for participation on the program, agree to reside in Japan under the status of residence stipulated in Article 2-2 of the Immigration Control and Refugee Recognition Act. So, when you come here to Japan under the JET program, your visa is actually called instructor visa. Okay, next, be willing to obey all Japanese laws. Okay, applicants with a suspended jail term must have finished their period of probation by the time they submit their application form. Be interested in the Japanese education system, particularly foreign language education in Japan. So, you know, the education in the Philippines is very much different in the Japanese from the Japanese education system. So, you must be flexible and be willing to learn their education system. Okay? Next, I think is very important, must be interested in working with children. Okay? So because when you come here to Japan, you will be dealing with children, with teenagers. If you don't like children, if you don't like working with teenagers, then what's the point? Okay, it's going to be hard for you to teach here if you are not interested with working with children. Okay, so next, be qualified as a language teacher or be strongly motivated to take part in the teaching of foreign languages. So you have to have some knowledge of how to teach English. Okay, so it's really important that you can teach. Okay, so the next part are not strict requirements, but if you have these requirements, then you can get additional evaluation points to get into the program. Okay, so personally, I don't have everything on this list, so do not be discouraged if you don't have these, all right? So the first one is have a bachelor's degree or higher in English or education. So actually, I am a graduate of food technology from the University of the Philippines. So my degree is not in English or education. Okay, next, have a professional language teaching license and or experience, especially in classroom setting. So In my case, my experience is actually online. So before getting into the program, I was actually an online teacher for almost 7 years. Okay, next, have a general teaching experience or qualifications. So aside from, my online teaching experience, I also have a TESOL certification. Okay, have a Japanese language background, GLPT passer, and or Japan study background. So before applying to the program, I have a GLPT N5 level. Okay, next, have experience traveling or living in foreign countries. So in my case, I have been to several countries before applying to the program, including Japan. And yeah, so out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, I ticked only maybe only three. So yeah, do not be discouraged if you don't have these qualifications, okay? Okay, so it says here that the deadline of all application materials is on the 3rd of December, and it must be submitted via post or courier, so through LBC, Grab Express, Lalamove, etc. Okay, so make sure that you allow yourself some time to submit those documents, okay? Alright, so congratulations on reaching this part of the video, and before I give you some application advice, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more JET program related content. Okay, so I have tons of videos to help you on your JET program journey. Okay, so let's dive right into the advice. Okay, so please keep in mind that the application process can change every year. So it's really important to get your information firsthand. So what I'll do is that I will link the JET Program Philippines website in the description box below, along with its Facebook page, okay? My first advice to everyone is to read. Okay, so maybe you just found out about the JET program through this video or somewhere on YouTube, but really all the information you need can be read on their website. So my advice is just to print everything, read it, study it, know it by heart. Chances are all the questions that you have about the program is in there. So make sure to read all the documents, okay? Next is to familiarize yourself about the JET program. Can you remember what JET and JET program means? What are the goals of the program? So I find that the ones who get accepted into the program are the people who really understand what the program is about. So if you can align your personal goals to the goals of the program, then you are on the right track. So from now on, as you fill in that application form, as you make your SOP, make sure that you align your personal goals to the goals of the program. Okay? My next advice is to submit your application on time. So give yourself some time to double check or triple check all the documents that you will submit. Also, I think that the application period is very reasonable. So if you find that you are still lacking in some parts of the application, you can work on that. So I remember during my application time, I participated in educational conferences and trainings, and I used that to boost my application. You'll be surprised because you can still do a lot of things in less than 3 months. Okay, so make sure that you also allow yourself some time to submit your documents because again, you have to submit it through a courier. Okay? My next tip is to pay attention to detail. You do not want your application to be rejected just because of a technicality. So please follow instructions. If it says A4, use A4. If it says do not staple, do not staple. Alright, so go back to my first tip. Read. Okay, so read everything in the guidelines and make sure to follow it. My last tip is to take your SOP seriously. So your statement of purpose is your way to talk about your passion and why you are a good candidate for the JET program. So some people say that the SOP is very long, but to be honest, personally, I think it's very short. I had difficulty choosing what experiences to include in my SOP. I had so many things to say, and believe me, you will be tempted to share your life story, but just pause for a moment and think if that sentence is relevant to the application. I have heard a lot of incredible, unbelievable stories from aspiring JET applicants, and we all have hardships in life. Your hardships are valid, but Just think this is a job, and you don't want to be evaluated because of your circumstance, but because of your skills. Okay, so make sure that you align your goals to the goals of the program. Okay. Alright, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. And if you have more questions about the JET program, feel free to type it in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to respond to your queries. Alright, and you can also join our Discord server. I think there's a lot of aspiring JETs in our Discord server, and they would also be willing to answer some of your questions. So I will link it in the description box for you. Download the app and click on the link. Alright, and you can also follow me on my socials, my Facebook and my Instagram, if you're curious to find out what I am doing here in Japan. Okay, so again, stay safe and healthy. See you next time. Bye.